Hi, I'm Domonick Scott, and you're watching M.U.S.E.
I have myself to blame. You were such a twisted liar, and now I know who you really are.
Hello everybody, my name is Leeane and I'm here as a special correspondent for M.U.S.E. I'm here with Domonick Scott and I'm really excited to be talking to this brand new artist from RiotVan Productions and Tanky Records. He is awesome. I love his music. I've heard sneak peeks.
Thank you.
Can't wait to hear the rest.
Thank you.
What's going on?
So, I'm very excited because this is my first release, EP on Tanky Records with RiotVan. They're the people producing it, and it's been awesome because they've been such an awesome force in taking something that's just words, and transforming it into something bigger,
And how did you guys meet? How did that whole thing happen, you meeting RiotVan, and how did it all start?
It's kind of interesting because we met in a very indirect way.
Okay.
I was working with a PR rep, and we met through Craigslist. It was a weird way, but I went to his office and we had a meeting. And at the time, he was working on putting together a project. He was looking to bring someone in as a vocalist, a male vocalist he needed. And he wanted me to be that vocalist, and they were producing it. So it was a meeting about that. It had nothing to do with me, and really not my project, anyways. And during that meeting, the PR rep, he stepped out, and I was just like, so I've been I need to put together this. I need something with production value, because up until this point, I had recorded material, but all of it was unproduced. It was just acoustic guitar and vocals, and we decided, and I didn't know whether or not we would work together, because we're like, okay, maybe we will, maybe we won't.
You never know.
You never know. Yeah,
I'm a musician myself, so I completely understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, because I had a meeting with a producer earlier that year, and it really wasn't that productive. We went in a studio, and it was they just wanted to take control, and they really weren't too concerned with me other than being the vocalist, and
yeah, that's not, you don't want to put something out there that's not you. Exactly.
Yeah, so that was why it was really important for me to be in a situation where I could have creative, not more input, control. I have a vision. I do. So I met with them, and they were like, okay, maybe we'll, maybe we won't. And they were like, send us your material. But I wasn't satisfied with any of my material. So I was like, how about I just come down and I just serenade you? And they're like, oh, you want to do it old school?
Yes.
And I was like,
I miss those days.
Yeah. I was like, yes, I will do it old school. I will come down and I will serenade you. So I brought my guitar. I had a cold. I was so sick, but I was like, I don't care. I'm gonna do it. I'm totally gonna do it. So I went there. I brought my guitar and I just played, and it was automatic.
Wow,
yeah,
that's awesome.
Boom! And from that point on, we went and we rewrote the entire EP. Honestly, there are 2 songs that we added at the end, just because we started this last October. It was a year ago now. But,
wow.
Yeah, it's a long time, but the first set of songs we wrote in like a 2-week period.
How many songs are going to be on the EP?
It's a total of 6.
A total of 6?
Yeah, a total of 6, yeah.
I know your first single because I've heard it. It's Who You Really Are, and it's one of my favorite tracks on the EP that I've heard so far. I've only heard, I believe, 3 songs.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm in love with all the songs as is.
Thank you.
I can't wait to have a physical copy in hand.
Yeah.
When is Who You Really Are going to be coming out?
Well, Who You Really Are is going to be coming out in December.
Okay.
Yeah, and the full EP is going to be coming out early 2014. Right now, we're putting the finishing touches, because, like I said, there's a group of songs that were written a year ago and recorded in March. But there are 2 more songs I was really passionate about, and I was like, I really want to put them on this EP. So we're still working on it. We're going into production stage. So
that's awesome. I mean, I'm super excited to listen to the full EP. I know that you guys have a show coming up in at the Other Door.
Yes.
This month.
This month on.
Are you going to be
27th.
performing all the songs on the EP, or what is it going to be? Covers and songs on the EP? What's going to happen? What are we going to expect of you from the show? Because I'm super excited. I'm going to be there front row, you know, Instagramming, Facebooking, promoting, because I love you. So I fell in love with you the minute I met you. I remember it wasn't too long ago because I went into the studio myself, and that was the first time I got to meet you, and I was just like, this guy is awesome, and I remember them talking about your music, and I was just like, I can't wait to hear it. So I heard it, and I was just like, oh, he's talented too, and he's so humble. I mean, that is so rare to find nowadays in Hollywood, and it's so refreshing. I mean, you are a breath of fresh air to me.
Seriously, thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm being for real, like from the bottom of my heart, and and I understand. There's like the single. I want to go into what that is for you and what the process of writing is for you, because as a songwriter myself, I know you have to dig into those emotions that you don't want to dig into and you don't want to talk about. So how do you go about finding inspiration, especially being that this is Muse? Yeah. What is your muse? What is the cause for you to do this?
Well, definitely all my songs are written. They're written about things that I've been through and things I'm feeling, experiencing. Seriously, it's like because I've been writing since I was at least 7, you know, and it's always, and I'm not necessarily always like a person who puts everything out there. So my writing is always been the way of being able to communicate. So when I feel a big emotion or something that's strong, it's how I deal. I just pull out my pen and pad, I just start writing. And Who You Really Are is definitely something that came along in one of those situations.
So do you want to explain a little further on how that song came to be?
Yeah, okay. Well, so Who You Really Are.
You can be honest.
I'll be honest.
You're with me. You're with me, and we're going to be honest because I want people to get to know who you are.
All right.
Because who you are is amazing. I already got to know you behind the scenes. I want people to get to know you, Domonick Scott.
All right, I'll tell you.
Okay.
So Who You Really Are, it was a situation where I was not really falling in love, but I really liked this guy. I did. I liked him a lot, and we were in a situation where we were going really heavy. We were like back and forth. I mean, like wake up talking, go to sleep talking, and I mean we wouldn't go any more than like 15 minutes without having a communication with each other. And through that kind of intense situation, it might necessarily not be healthy, honestly, but emotions grow and they culminate very fast. And so we were doing that for like 8 months, and I do mean 8 months straight, just like intense, just being immense in each other, you know, to the point where, you know, you can't really breathe. But I liked it. I wanted that. And 8 months later, we were there. He just changed his mind. It was literally just like that. What
caused him, do you believe, to change his mind?
I don't know. I don't know.
Was it just like, I mean,
you like
something like that was fleeting and you just didn't know? And
well, the thing about it was there wasn't many signs to be like, it'd be like, oh, this one did it, or this one did it, or this one did it. Because the truth is, at the end of something, you do try and pinpoint what that was, you know, what broke it. But to this day, I still don't know.
I can understand where you're coming from, because I've been in that situation before, and it's a little hard because you still don't know. But at the end of the day, you got to move forward with your life.
You do, you can't sit there and like.
You can't sit there and mope around. You
all the time,
move
exactly.
Forward. So I'm super excited to hear the rest. What other songs are going to be on? Well, like what other songs are they about, or do you have any other like topics or themes in this album that you're talking about? What is the theme of this album, you feel?
Well, the title of the album is going to be called Twisted Liar. So a lot of it has to do with that snapping. I'm not going to lie. It has to do with him and our interaction, just because. Kind
of like a little Atlantis Morissette in here.
Not necessarily.
You ought to know.
Not necessarily as angry as that.
No, but your voice is very beautiful and like kind of sirenous, like but a male version, and I love that about you. You have such a beautiful voice, and I can't wait for people to hear you. That's just
I can't wait to. Honestly, I can't wait to get all the material out. It's so funny because, like I said, we worked on this for a year, and I'm a patient guy. But now
you're not that patient.
Yeah, I'm not that patient.
I'm not that patient. I'm the most impatient person there is.
It's like, okay, we're in a year now. I just want to get it out there because there's anxiety in putting your material out there.
Oh yeah, especially since it's only you.
Exactly. Yeah, there's no one else to fall on. You know, really. I mean, even though in reality there is a collaboration with your producers.
Oh yeah. No, not like not a lot of people know.
But a lot of people don't know that. Yeah, no, because when they hear a song, it's like, man.
Either they got it or they don't.
Exactly, yeah, but they don't. There is a collaboration between you and the production team, but that doesn't come to light. Really, is something that's on your back.
It's all like I said. You might be the face, but it takes a team.
Exactly,
effort.
it's a team. It's a great team effort, and I love my team. Yeah,
Yay.
Just such an awesome team. Yeah.
Well, I'm Team Domonick.
Yeah.
So anything you need me for, I'm here. I'm at your service. I'm serious.
No.
He thinks I'm joking, but I'm already a fan. I can't wait till the 27th at the other door. I am gonna be there.
I really can't wait about that too because okay, the reason that I like that one, I'm gonna be super excited about it. It's because I love acoustic sets, no matter what.
Yes.
They're always my favorite.
And so intimate.
Yeah, and that's why because a lot my content is very intimate material, so I love that intimacy.
That's what I love about your content is because it's vulnerable, it's emotional, it's putting yourself on the line, it's putting yourself out there.
You know, it's so funny that you say that. That as much as my writing is like a therapeutic type thing, it took some work for me to fully connect because I used to write in a way where it was kind of removed. It'd be like I'm talking about the subject, but I wasn't necessarily in that emotion. And
what caused you to? What do you think caused you to become more open about?
It's so funny. It was really right, man. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, seriously, because we're writing and we had some solid songs, and we're sitting there, and Who You Really Are is definitely the first thing that came from that push, because we're sitting there like, what are you trying to say to me? Like, I feel like you're saying it, but you're not really saying it. And at the time, I'm not gonna lie, it frustrated me. I was like, what do you mean? It's like right there, I'm saying it. I'm saying it as, no, you're not. You're dancing around it. Just say it.
You were saying it in metaphors?
Exactly. I was big on metaphors. I still like a metaphor.
I love metaphors.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a poet at heart.
Yeah.
So.
And that's how I started off writing too. Like, I still look at some of my old poetry and I love it.
Yeah, I have like a whole book of poems. So.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, poetry. Yeah, that's how it started. But there is a difference between poetry and songwriting.
Oh yeah, completely. Because you need to balance that catchy side of you, but that commercial side of you, yet put your emotions on the line, and yet it sound and be lyrically amazing at the same time.
Well, yeah, I mean, in layman's term, just being frank.
Exactly.
That's the difference. Yeah, because in poetry, you get to paint a pretty picture, pretty words, and you get to be whatever
abstract.
You want to be. Exactly.
You can be abstract.
Yeah, with the songs that really mean something to someone, like, you have to be frank. You need to just get to the point.
Exactly.
And that's something that, like, took time for me because, again, like, I'm not, and I try and distance myself from my emotions sometimes. It's
hard.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah.
No, it's.
Especially when you're in situations like it was with him, and I was like, oh my gosh. And once it ended, it was so messy, and I was like,
I do appreciate you being honest with us.
Yeah.
Being openly gay.
Yeah.
Has that affected any of your lifestyle of you making this, or has it made it better or worse?
Honestly, nothing. I feel like when it comes to things, honestly, even as race, as sexuality, I feel like there's obviously a point where there are ignorant people out there and you're going to meet things, but on a more real level, it's how you approach it and your attitude. Because you can look at any situation and make it whatever you want. Seriously, you want this to be a racist situation? You want this to be a situation about your sexuality? Easy. It's a mental thing. You can make it that way. But I don't walk through life like that. I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to be me, you know? And if something is overtly, of course, like out there, like this is because of this, then how can you not recognize it? But honestly, I can say apparently I've just been around awesome people or something because I've not run into it.
That is amazing. I mean, I think you told me, we spoke openly about this the other night, and
yeah.
I mean, I still carry this with me, like you being that you set the own obstacles within your mind.
Yeah, it's seriously, it's a mental thing. It's like if you walk around and you think everyone's looking at you because of this, like it could be such a mental thing. Like say you get a bad haircut, like you're like
when I get my hair done, I'm like, oh, it doesn't look as good as I was expecting it. But then a few days later, you're like, oh, I kind of like it.
Yeah, but here's the thing: so you get that bad haircut, and you're like, everyone's looking at me, and you will think it's because your haircut's so shitty. You're like, my haircut's so shitty.
But nobody gives a shit.
But no, exactly. They could be looking at you for something completely different. Exactly. It could be something else. But it's your mental state that's like, it's because of my haircut. Seriously.
That is, I mean, like I said, that has resonated with me and my everyday thinking from now on. Yeah. Since you told me that the last time. Really? I'm not joking.
Wow.
Because it's honest, it's truthful. It's because we do set those roadblocks because we do impair ourselves to go forward in our lives versus try to achieve better for ourselves. Yeah. And you know what? You're doing that. And you are a role model to people. And I can't wait for the world to meet you and get to know more about you and hear your music. Because that's really who you are.
Well, yes.
No, it really is who you are. So I am like excited for you. Like, no joke, can't wait.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. I mean, I'm excited to share, but because now I'm at that point to where, you know, I got over that hurdle, and I'm just like, blah, you know? It's like...
I mean, what influences you, like, musically? Like, I know Fiona Apple was a big impact on me growing up.
Oh, okay.
So what was your, like, musical influences growing up that caused you to want to do music? What was it that caused you, period, to do music?
Well, honestly, I mean, to isolate, like, a root thing is impossible. In the back of my mind, it was always a love of mine. There's not even the back of my mind, reality. I mean, growing up, I annoyed my brothers and sisters because I was singing all the time and writing. I mean, I still have some of the books that I wrote when I was like 16 or younger. I mean, I really do. And sometimes I'll reflect on that. I'm like, but in the beginning, I just know that what caught me was, it's so funny, is vulnerability. It was like, you know, everyone talks about like Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson is seriously top artist. Everyone knows that. Like, he's
amazing.
I love him. But the funny thing is, like, the thing about Michael Jackson that gets me, it's not necessarily, it's not the Thrillers, it's not the Black or White, it's not those things that are like mega chart toppers. It really is the Bends. It's the it's the Stranger in Moscow.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
you're like going deep into
it's those moments where I feel like he was really revealing himself, you know? And he was being so emotionally raw. Those are things that really got to me. Those are what stuck with me. I'm like, oh my gosh, someone to be that open and raw. And that's the type of music that I just gravitate towards. That's what influences me, and that's what made me want to do music. Seriously, it's just that. I mean, and from there on, like after Michael Jackson, like me and my brothers and sisters, we had this band.
Did you have the glove and everything with the little?
No, I wish I did. No, see,
oh my God.
The funny thing, I never tried to emulate him.
Okay.
I just loved him.
Okay.
I just loved Michael Jackson. Well, I did try to emulate him vocally for a while. I mean.
Okay. Yeah. So how did you like develop your own voice? What made you know this is who I am as a vocalist?
What made it happen was so funny because during my teen years, with a lot of the things that I did, like Wilhelmina and the different management agencies or record companies I was working with when I was younger, it was their main description of me. Honestly, it'd be like, he sounds like Michael Jackson, and I was like, I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
I didn't. I love Michael Jackson.
I love Michael Jackson too.
Yeah, but I didn't necessarily. I didn't want to
mean.
be him.
I know
I
what you
just,
mean.
I just loved him.
You just wanted that influence there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I was like, oh man, maybe I need to spend more time on like just finding my voice. So I'll honestly say, like, the biggest part of my journey has been finding just my voice aside from those influences, because another part of it was definitely Boyz II Men. I know, it's so funny to think
I
of
love
it.
Boyz II Men. Who doesn't love Boyz?
I know.
R&B was the like.
It was the shit.
Yeah, the shit.
It was the shit.
We can say we're on
It was the
YouTube.
shit.
Okay, it
Yeah.
was the shit.
It was
Back
shit. Yeah.
in the day, I listened to all R&B artists.
Yeah.
I was there with you.
Yeah.
I'm all about that.
End of the road? Are you
I mean,
kidding
come
me?
on.
Yeah.
We got all the way down.
Yeah.
You
The
know.
end
Yeah.
of the road. Yeah, I just loved it. I'm telling you, it was fantastic.
I'm completely with you. Do you think it was just R&B, or do you have other influences? Because in your music, I don't think I hear just R&B.
No.
I would categorize you as R&B per
No,
se.
totally.
So what other influences musically have you had?
Musically, it'd be it's so funny. Sorry, U2. I
love you.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
I
love
mean,
U2.
whoever hates on you?
Aerosmith. Growing up, I loved Aerosmith. And the funny thing, later on, although she was out at the time, I didn't know who she was. Patty Griffin.
Oh wow.
If you don't know her, you have to check out her material. It's
I will.
fantastic. She's a singer-songwriter, and the way she writes, I think, is amazing.
What kind of style was it? Country?
It's okay. So it kind of has a country vibe to it, but again, it has those elements that I gravitate towards, where it's emotionally raw, and it's folky as well. Yeah,
it's like a folk country.
Exactly, it's like a folk country.
Kinda like
Brandy
Bryan Adams.
Carlisle. I don't know if you know who she is either.
No, I don't know.
There's a song that she does, Turpentine.
I-
My gosh, it's fantastic.
Did she do? I think she did a song with Miranda Lambert not too long ago.
Okay, you know her biggest song? She has a song just she's like, all of these lines across my face tell you the story of who I am. So many stories of where I am. It's like, you have to check it.
Oh my god, you sounded so I'm like, I'm distracted by your voice. I'm being hypnotized right now.
No. If you don't know it, you have to check it
You're
out.
taking me back to my schoolgirl days.
So
I don't care if you're gay.
inappropriate.
I'm sorry.
No,
It's
but
his voice.
you have to check it out. She's fantastic. But like, people who do music like that, I'm just like, yes. And I mean, because no matter what, that's why people love Adele. And
yeah. I mean, I adore it.
Yeah, because she's out there. Her album 21, it did well because she was just like, here's how I'm feeling, here's my emotions, it's all out there.
And it wasn't like based off how she looked or based
No,
on,
and the thing about it is, it wasn't even about production.
No.
It was about getting to the root of the song, and that's what I love.
And do you play any instruments?
Yeah, I play the guitar.
The guitar.
I play the guitar. That's how I write my music, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, when I'm at home and I'm hit with something, I just pull out my acoustic and play it out.
Are you really good at guitar, or?
Yeah, no.
No.
I'm not really good. I'm good enough to write a demo on a guitar, but then I let the professionals take it from there.
Yes, I get you. No.
Yeah.
I always ask because I wonder for musicians or artists who don't play an instrument how they do it. Like I feel like
I feel like it'd be difficult.
Adele doesn't. Does she?
No, she plays guitar.
She plays guitar
She
as well.
plays guitar, yeah.
Okay, so she writes her.
Yeah,
stuff
like
on
if
guitar.
you see some of her earlier stuff, she has.
Oh yeah,
with her
I've seen
guitars.
those. I've seen those with 19, and I was like, I was not feeling that album as much as I was hoping I would.
That's so funny. And 19, I love 19.
I love Chasing Pavements, of course.
Yeah, Chasing Pavements, Hometown Glory.
Yeah. Adele for me was what the music industry needed at that time of
and
life.
I still feel like they do need.
They need more of them.
Yeah, there's so much.
That's why we got you coming out. I mean, we need more of
Hopefully
Domonick
people
Scott
will
in
be
this
open
world.
to receive it. But like, seriously, it's like there's so much processed and manufactured. Like, that's a real part of the business. Don't get me wrong. I love pop songs. I'm not. There's.
I do too.
Yeah.
I mean, I can get down with some Katy Perry.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think everybody,
Exactly.
you take denial about
Yeah.
it, but you know you listen to
But
those
you know,
songs.
you listen to those songs, exactly. Like, I love some pop songs too, but also...
Even Wrecking Ball, like,
Yeah.
I love that song.
I am in love with that song.
Miley Cyrus.
I'm a little questionable about Miley right now.
I don't care about how she's doing. I just love that
song. It was fantastic.
And it was very vulnerable, and I wish the whole album was like that.
Something like that, yeah. Because it seems like she was going through a very real breakup at that time. Because, you know, she's not with them anymore.
Yeah.
So if she would have maybe she didn't, you know, some people don't want to just have a breakup album. So their music is to escape from that. Whereas I'm more of a, let's do that. Let's focus on those things. Just because focusing on it, and not necessarily focusing on it, addressing it.
Yeah.
Makes me get past it. It's very therapeutic to be able to be like, okay, you made me feel this way, blah blah blah, and now I can get past it.
Exactly.
Whereas if I went out and made a song about something mindless or whatever, it would still be inside, and I don't know how I'd necessarily cope or deal. It helps me get through it. I mean, that's the reality of the situation. It really does help me deal with the situation.
No, I mean, it's therapy.
It's therapy, yeah. But
it's
I feel
therapy,
like, I guess everyone has a therapy in their own way. So not knocking her, but Wrecking Ball was fantastic. So
it was. I'm not gonna hate on Miley. I'm sorry. I don't hate on people.
Exactly.
You know, they're doing their thing. I respect them.
As
artists, you should. Whether you agree with it or not, you should respect what they're doing.
Especially if it's just a good song.
Exactly. If it's a good song, just get out to it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nobody's judging you.
Let's not make this too complicated. It doesn't need to be like that. Yeah.
Exactly. That's why I can't wait till I hear you on the radio and I can jam out to it. And I'm like, I know that guy. I know Domonick. He's my homeboy.
He's so fantastic.
It's gonna happen because you have the talent, you have the drive. And I know that you're doing a music video for who you really are.
Yeah, we're shooting that on the 16th.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited about it too because it's my first, you know?
Yes.
So I'm like, oh my gosh, that's going to be my
Do you have the lyric video coming out?
We do. It's been something in the works. We had to make a few tweaks. Otherwise, it would have been out like, I feel like.
Don't worry. We'll make sure it comes out soon.
Exactly, yes.
It's coming out, right?
Yeah, the girl, someone's working on it, and it's, you know, she's tweaking because we had a first draft and it's almost done. But I also am excited about that. But it seems like it might be coming around the same time as the music video.
It's all good. You know, like, I know a lot of artists on Bebo are doing like, kind of like a couple weeks before.
Exactly.
They do like a couple weeks
to give
before,
you some time
to give
to
you some
sit
time
on
to
it,
like listen. Like, what I like about lyric videos is that you can look at the words and like, because sometimes when you hear a song, you're just so into it in the music that you don't really listen to the lyrics.
Yeah.
And I like lyric videos because you can get to know the song a little bit more and read it and be like, okay, that's what he was talking about.
Yeah, that's so funny because that's not my understanding of lyric videos. Just because...
What do you feel about lyric videos?
No, I guess it doesn't necessarily translate to me in that way. I always look at the actions of the words because... Yeah. I'm a natural person. When a song comes on, I'm automatically grabbing.
Yeah, but you're a singer, songwriter.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I listen to a song on the radio and I can listen to all those lyrics.
Yeah.
But most people like have short term.
That's what escapes me. That's what escapes me because I don't necessarily. Yeah, because my friend, she was making a comment about one random one. She was like, I could barely see the words. I was like, all right.
See.
Yeah,
See?
I was like,
see, and like, and certain singers have different ways they pronounce stuff. Like, you know,
totally.
Especially how on the way you sing in your tone.
Exactly, yeah.
So like, sometimes I don't understand what they're saying. Like,
and sometimes they just
like, I'm like, what did Ellie Goulding say just now? I'm like, let me look this up. Like, I look it up on like what I love about technology is I have everything, all the information on my fingertips, and I could be like.
Right there. I freaking love it. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm a tech guy, so I know everything about that. I know you're smart.
On top of it, it's awesome.
Smart.
I mean, and I can't believe you're single. So for all you viewers, this is available.
I am. That's true.
This whole package.
Whole package.
I mean,
it's all this craziness.
If I was gay, I would totally go out with him.
I like you as you are.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We can be BFFs.
Always.
It's all good.
Exactly.
Don't worry.
Yeah,
so I heard you're signed currently.
Yes, to Tinky Records. It's a great great record label. I signed with them.
Thank you for checking out my interview with SoCalMuse.com. You can find more information about me at 10keyrecords.com, or you can find me on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Domonick Scott. That's Domonick Scott. And you can please come out and catch me at the Other Door on the 27th in North Hollywood. Hope to see you there. Now I have myself to blame. You were such a twisted liar, and now